and someone had to make sure things went on happening like they're supposed to around here. Perhaps you understand what this is like, Michael Collins. Really, you of all people must know. An emergency happens. You have a fire on your F-86. What do? Do you start to panic? Break out into tears? No, of course not. You react immediately. You start flipping the switches that need to be flipped. You follow proper procedure. You pull the cord on the parachute if you have to. You do whatever needs to be done, putting one foot in front of the other without taking time to actually think about the real emergency. Because that's the one thing you don't have: time. So you go on autopilot, because that is the only choice you have to survive. You understand that, right? But then, once the immediate danger has passed, all the emotion comes. And for me, lying there in bed, that's when I begin thinking, what if my dad is wrong? He seems to think he can patch things up quickly, like putting a Band-Aid on a skinned knee. But what if he can't? And what if my mom isn't just mad for now, but mad forever? Is it really possible that she will never come back? That's when a dreaded word entered my brain, and that word is divorce. Sure, I've heard of people getting divorced before, but those were always made-up characters, like Michael and Claire on As the World Turns. Or celebrities. Like last year, Frank Sinatra, the singer, got divorced from Mia Farrow, the actress, after just 2 years of marriage, which my parents said was no surprise, since their age difference was about the same as that between Dolores Doyle's parents. Or like John Lennon from the Beatles getting divorced by his wife Cynthia last year. So now he's with Yoko Ono. The girls at school are gaga over the Beatles, always talking about which one they like best, Paul or John. If I had to choose, I'd go for George Harrison. Maybe Ringo. But really, I prefer the Rolling Stones. Bess belongs to the Columbia Record Club, and albums come to the house every month, so I have a lot of opportunity to compare the two. But those people I mentioned, the ones who've gotten divorced lately, all made-up people or celebrities. No one on my street has ever gotten divorced. No one's parents in my class at school have ever gotten divorced. Not even Dolores Doyle's. Divorce. Is such a thing possible? Could it happen to my parents? And if it did, what would happen to me? That's what occupied my mind last night. Today, I couldn't play with Buster right away because Eleanor arrived bright and early, without even calling first, but that was okay. I was just plumb relieved. She didn't come in hauling a suitcase, but that was okay too. I figured she had it in the trunk of her car. I hadn't realized how completely alone I'd been feeling, even with Bess and Campbell asleep in the house, until I saw Eleanor come through the door. Sometimes it amazes me how little I see of Bess, given we live under the same roof. My mom says having a teenager is like living with a ghost, one you never see unless she needs money. Of course, Eleanor hadn't been that way, at least not according to my parents. But Bess certainly is. I wonder what all